we?
Yeah,
This is awesome. We did it. Okay,
we
we're
did
done. Thank you
it.
for coming, everyone. Just kidding.
Thank you, everyone out
Right,
there.
we did it.
We did it. Okay, I have my little sip of water, and then I'll do my intro. I'm nervous. Oh, my laptop was playing live. Okay, so hello everyone, welcome. If you happen to slip into this live right away, then you're here with us right now. But if you're watching the recording later on, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we have Angie, aka OmochaCrush. Omocha, and she is a doll collector and content creator on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. She runs a popular Facebook community group. I love this group so much. If you are not in this Facebook group, I've always told, like, every time someone messages me about pull-up dolls or like where to get them, or like just we start talking about pull-up dolls, I'm like, oh, by the way, this Facebook group, you've got to get
It's
into.
the only reason to be on Facebook. It's the only reason I go for
Me too.
dolls.
No, legit. Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Somebody said hi.
Oh, hi.
Hey, KK. How's it going? So yeah, there's over 4,500 people in this Facebook group, and I know why. And Angie is well known for being an avid pull-up doll collector. So Angie, thank you so much again for taking the time to meet with me today. It's an absolute honor to have you on my channel, and I'm really excited to learn more about you and your doll journey today. So thank
Exciting.
you.
Thank you for reaching out to me. I appreciate it.
Oh goodness, I was thinking about reaching out to you so many times, but I was just like nervous, and I was like, I know. I was like, I'm not ready yet. I have to like establish myself more as a content creator.
Oh my gosh, you're creating like such amazing stuff. Like I kid you not, throughout like the worst of the pandemic, when I'm like full hermit mode, I'm like on TikTok and I see your content and I'm like, oh, I have this sort of a will to live all of a sudden. Just going through, I'm like, I wanted to friend you right away. So exciting.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, I was like, oh, wait till my collection's at a certain point, and I'll wait till I'm like, and then 2023 hit, and I met Allison at a Pop Fuzz. Pop
Oh, I pop
Fuzz
fuzz.
at in Brooklyn, and she said she met
Okay,
you.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
have
I
pull-up
went.
dolls there?
I
She
know, and it's dangerous because it's an hour away from me. I'm always, like, got the keys in my hand, you know?
Oh, yes. There's such a cute toy store, and that was my first time to go to New York, so it was like, it's just such a vibe.
You've been around. Well, I mean, I have serious, like, Japan envy from your, like, recent content. I'm like, "I'm not gonna bug her. Everybody's bugging her," but I'm, like, dying every time you post something new. So I hope
Somebody
we talk
said
about that. Oh,
somebody
it's
said hello
Gochi.
to us.
That's my pal.
Goshi Moshi. Goshi
Yeah.
Moshi.
If you
Hi.
don't know Gochi, you need to know Gochi. She's awesome.
Oh, okay. Okay, I will. I
Mhm.
will. Um, anyone who pops into this live too, please link your socials in the comments so that I can go in and follow your socials. So, how's it going today? First question, how was your day today?
This is so exciting. So I went to, New Jersey to see my nephew today, and all I said was, "Listen, I've gotta leave at a certain time because I have to get home. I have a doll thing." And my family understands, right? I mean, they know where my priorities are. So I was like, "I have to get home in time to, like, put on a little bit of face, get on." This is my new shirt from Charon Dolls, who has new merch. I was like,
Oh,
"I gotta buy that shirt." I was like, "So I have the shirt, get the hair, the face." I needed the time to get ready, so I'm great. I mean, I've been looking forward to this.
nice. I love that shirt. Her dolls are so pretty.
Yes, I know. She gets better, and she does her own dolls now. Okay, this could turn into an entire, like, you know, infomercial for her dolls.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so let's get to business. I have a big list of questions here. So,
Sweating.
let's start with what I'm so excited because I have been so curious about all of these questions for
Oh my
so
gosh.
long. I feel like I've
Yikes.
I've been holding on to these questions in my head, like from the first video I watched, like just a little over a year ago on your channel. And yeah, like on a side note, like my friend got me into dolls, but she actually has no idea about what I love about her is she's one of those collectors that's not really connected to the internet.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, so
you're
she's
right,
got
I've
all
seen
of
it.
amazing dolls, amazing toys, but she doesn't really know about like the community on the internet, and she doesn't care. Like she's just like, oh,
Yeah,
it's she's
yeah,
happy to be in her collection without the community.
yeah,
But
for
I
sure.
told her, I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to check out this channel. I'm like, you're the one who introduced me to pull-up dolls, and you need to see this collection. And
Aw, thank you.
yeah, so what I wanted to ask you first and foremost is what prompted you to start a YouTube channel around pull-up dolls? Did it start with pull-up dolls, or did it just kind of happen that way? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit boring. So in my day job is marketing, and I've been doing it my whole life, and marketing can be very thankless. It's hard to prove success when you're a marketer. And a million years ago, I was working for a technology firm and they refused to do social media. This was before the rise of YouTube and even the rise of Facebook. This was a while back. And I remember trying to convince them, you don't understand, this is the future. YouTube is the future. Like social media, interacting with people on a personal level is where we're going, and we have to do it or we're going to get left behind. And my boss refused. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to prove to him that this is where we need to be. So I'm going to make my own channel about something that I'm passionate about. And I had to think about what I would want to even do a channel about. And I was naturally very, very shy. Well, at the same time, I remember I was watching my own, I was kind of starting to look into collectible dolls, and I was watching Scarlett, who at the time was one of the only YouTubers who were doing pull up doll reviews. And I mean, I'm scouring, you're looking all over, I'm translating stuff from French to figure out what some of these collectors are talking about with their dolls. But Scarlet B was the only one doing pull-up doll reviews, and I thought, well, maybe I could do reviews of the dolls she doesn't have, or I could add my take on what I think of those dolls that she does have. So I started very small. I mean, really camera shy. Those first videos are so cringe, where I'm like practically shaking, going, okay, so today I'm gonna get right. It's like 10 feet away. You can't see any detail in the doll. But I just started because I think that's what you do, right?
mm,
I'm curious about you. Why did you decide to start?
you are the reason. Your channel's the reason, and
But
Scarlet
you
Bee too.
right, but you must have thought to yourself, I can do that and I can share my perspective, right? I mean, that's what I would think that you thought, right? I mean, you have something to offer. And I thought, well, maybe I have something to offer. And it really started there and really took off. It was crazy.
So we got a couple of the Weeb channel and Chris. Thanks for being here. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, like it's funny because like I saw Scarlet B's channel too, and then your channel, and then uh Fairy Fairy Poor. How,
Yes, yes. I'm not sure
how,
how she says her name. I think it's a she. I don't,
I was like reading her blog, and then I was like, this
yeah,
is really something. Like, there's a community
yeah,
out there, and I'm like, maybe I could be a part of this community too.
same. Exactly. I had no idea there was a community. I didn't know there was like a doll nation. I didn't know any of that because you do feel, I think, as an adult collector, a little isolated, right?
Mm.
Oh, I know Chris Dang,
And
mother of
love that
Baltic.
the two of you are talking. Angie being the mother of pull-up content, and now Veronica. Yay! Oh, Tina's
She's
here
the
too.
princess.
To show their pull-up. She's got great photos and a great doll collection growing. Hey, hi everyone. Cool. Yay! We've got a vibe.
Aw, it's a
Uh,
party now.
It's a total party. Okay, speaking of party, who do
Yeah.
you have there hiding? You've got
Oh,
two
yeah.
girls.
Yeah, so I didn't know that I couldn't do this on my laptop because I did like the Zoom. the full view, and then I realized, "Oh, I have to do this on my phone." So I actually have a couple of dolls because that was the assignment. These
Yes.
are some of my faves. This
Mm.
is one of my absolute favorites, by Mikiochi. I believe this was her first full custom that she sold online quite a few years ago, and I don't remember how I got introduced to her, but I was absolutely just smitten, and I had to have this doll, and I got so lucky because I think she did an auction. That's my brunette.
Mm.
This is my favorite rainbow high. Just I don't know why, I think it's just that color, and I don't know if you have this doll, it's Karma, but her
Mm.
face looks like it's been airbrushed with that kind of shimmer that I can never achieve myself, so that's her. And
Mm.
then this is, like, my newest doll. I know you had asked me about BJDs. This is a Sugar Cups doll.
Mm.
I I was like, what is happening? I have to have this doll." Like, I had this doll and a Pullip in my hands, and I'm like, "I'm gonna get this little thing." So cute, so detailed. I got this one in DC at that, Doll Fabrics, something like that. There's actually a shop. I walked in and bought this. And then this is a custom by, Hime Hime,
Mm.
formerly Solar Senshi. Love her. She was a doll that was, I think, at a show with her, and she did not find a home at that show, so scooped her right up. So anyway, that's who I brought, but I mean, I can get into all of that.
Oh my goodness. We could sit here and you could
I
just show
know.
dolls for hours and I could just be like, "Oh, Tina, you just bought a custom by Hime Hime.
Which
Congratulations."
one though? Is it the green? Because I was eyeballing the green. There was like a green kind of, I don't know, in my cart. So maybe Tina got
Yes.
the roof. Oh, I know exactly the doll. I saw it and I was like, ooh. And it was like a reasonable price too, especially for one of her dolls. And I was like, I'm gonna just sit on this for a minute. Dang it. Well, at
Showing
least it
her.
went to a good home.
Congratulations. Oh. I
Small
didn't
world.
Solar Shenshi because I watched some of her YouTube
Yeah.
customs and I thought that was a different artist, but it all makes sense now.
It I know. What's interesting is I remember I had bought a Solar Senshi Pullip years ago, and one of the things I absolutely love about customs is watching the artist evolve, like
Mm.
the early work to like fast forward 7, 10 years later, and these artists have just really come into their own with even a different style. I have my Poison Girl dolls lined up, and I have one from like 2017, and then I just got one in for Christmas, and the sculpting and the carving that she does on the face is different. It's just amazing. It's just one of the most, like I said, we could talk about this all day. I don't know how much time we
Mm.
have, but
Well, it's actually family day tomorrow, so I don't have huge responsibilities today, which is nice because tomorrow's a holiday here.
same.
But I don't want to take up your entire day, so I will move on to the next question. What is your favorite thing about collecting and creating content around dolls and toys?
Well, this is going to sound super corny, but I thought it was oh, that I get to share knowledge or I get to share my perspective, but absolutely what dwarfs everything else for me is the people that I've met. Like,
Mm.
I'm not somebody who makes friends easily. I am socially awkward, like, for my work functions, I mean, I'm on when I'm on and I'm friendly and bubbly and all that, but the minute it's a social thing, I am in a corner, hiding, waiting to get out of there, and what I've found in the doll community are my people. These are my people. Like, I can be my completely dorktastic self in any situation, and I just feel completely, um, welcome and accepted, and that, by far is the best thing about creating content. All
Mm.
the friends I've made, some of my absolute best friends are all dope people.
Mm.
You
Yes,
get me.
same
The
here.
weave gets me.
The weave, same here. The people I met, they are friends and siblings for life. And
Yeah.
Violetta, hey Violetta, Violetta's here too. Yay.
Aw.
Says that also, yeah, loves watching an artist evolve. And by the way, Violetta, your dolls have been so gorgeous lately. Like, wow, just blown away with your sculpt. I always wanted to try that. I haven't tried that yet. Have you, like, sculpting a doll?
Are
No.
you kidding me? Like, I can barely get the doll that I did for you, I'm basically like, "Nope, eyebrows, nope." Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not qualified.
Oh, I love your
Yeah.
doll though. I think she's so
Oh,
gorgeous.
thank you. Thank you. I think I do better when I know it's for somebody else. When it's for
Mm.
me, I'm like, it's good, it's close enough." She's doing one of these with the eyebrows, where I'm like, "Ah, well."
I love it when everything's like, you can tell that it's been like, hand painted or that it's like a custom face up versus like, there's like an energy behind it too, right?
Yeah, it's
And
like
it's
they
not
you
factory.
feel the love that was put into that. It's art.
See, Angie, stop. Your dolls are great. That's
Oh.
what we.
Thanks, Chris, you want one?
Okay. Who was your first doll ever?
Okay. My very first doll that I received was Snow White. I
Mm,
remember, I don't know about you, but I went through this period in my life where I was like embarrassed, like, oh, I'm a grown up. I don't have money for dolls. That's ridiculous, right? But then I think you get to a point in your life where you're like, you know what? I am a same thing. I am a grown up. And if I want to spend my money on dolls, then dang it, I'm going to. So I remember looking for a Blythe doll on Amazon because I thought, I think those Blythe dolls are cute and I don't care if they're a couple $100, I'm going to get me one. So I'm surfing Amazon, and you know that Blythe and Pullip come up in the same search,
mm,
right? And I saw Alice Desjardins, the green version, the mint. So I saw this mint haired, floral, unicorn goddess perfection. And I was like, I was like, sorry to Blythe. I was like, wait a minute, that face is exquisite. What is this doll? And then I went down a rabbit hole, did all my price check. I felt tremendous guilt about $100 for this Snow White doll that I found, Amazon Prime. I asked my best friend and I said, I won't spend this kind of money on myself for a doll, but it's Christmas. So this is what I want for Christmas. And he bought it from, he was like, okay, whatever, you've always been a crazy doll toy person. Here you go. Bye. I opened that thing and I went, okay, I need them all. All bets are off. I need to see all of them in person. I need to watch all the video reviews. So yes, Snow White was my favorite and my first.
Oh, it's such a beautiful
What
doll.
was your first?
Um, Pullip Kirsch with the red hair, and
Really? Yeah. Wow, that's
but
an unusual choice.
but she wasn't in her stock outfit. She was in
Oh,
the outfit selection that kind of looks like a ballerina one. It's like
okay.
pink and it's got the
Yeah.
cardigan with the
Yeah,
mint.
yeah. Yes.
So my friend is clever because I have my crystal store and she knew I was into like trading, like she had traded me some art that she
Mhm.
had made for crystals. She did a custom painting of our dog for some crystals. And then she sends me this photo and she's like, "I don't know if you're into this, but she's like, I have this doll. This is her. And would you be interested in adopting her? I don't want her just to go to anyone, but I'm ready to
Yeah,
part ways with her in
yeah.
exchange for crystals." And I never thought, like, I never really actually looked twice at her dolls when I was at her house. I was always looking at
Yeah.
her Sanrio stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I look at this doll in this photo and I just think about what it would be like if it was in my house. And I was like, I gotta have her.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I've never moved her out of that outfit. She just looks so cute in that outfit. So she just lives in that outfit now, yeah. But I
So
got
then
the outfit.
yeah, so then when you opened her, did you say, "Okay, I got to get more of these," or were you like, "Oh, this is okay, it's addictive, there's some kind of voodoo on these dolls that once you get one, you're like, "Oh, I've gotta have 'em all now."
Totally, yeah, because it was like and then after she was like, "Yeah, I have a few other dolls if you really like them. I have a big doll collection So then she showed me some pictures of the 4 other ones that she was looking to trade,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I'll take them all."
Yeah, no kidding. I would have been like, "How fast can you get them here?" That's awesome. That's a great
Oh
story.
goodness. Wait, we got some comments here. I'm like, "Where how do I" I'm in this live thing and I'm like,
We should
how do
we
I
need to do, like, one of these as a Zoom where everybody can join and just chatter. Those are crazy fun too.
Oh my gosh. Mint is one of the best colors. Oh, yeah. I love that doll. Richard
That
Smith,
doll's
hello.
insane.
I enjoy all of y'all's videos. Thank you. Uh, they are addicting. They do have some sort of voodoo magic.
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. So this is great for the next question. Going into the addiction of Pullip, was there a Pullip doll that you always wanted, like, like a holy grail, but for
Yeah.
some reason you didn't get it? Was it like always a heinous price, or did eventually you were like, you know what, it's not meant to be, or you?
There was one, and it was Yuki, I think. It was the one where I think you might actually have this doll. It's the one that the special version has one red eye, one black eye. Is that Yuki? Is that the
Mhm.
name of that doll? I had a chance to get her from a fellow doll collector friend, and I'll tell you that I was in love immediately, and I thought, "Well, I have to have the one with the red eye 'cause I wanna go all out. If I'm gonna get this doll, I want that doll." And I had already been collecting, and that doll had long passed and long been unavailable. And there was something that I realized about myself. It was this moment where I'm like, I'm really, really specific about these kind of darker goth dolls. I either absolutely think they are the most beautiful and my favorite, or I cannot bond immediately and I'm just going to rehome them. And I've always felt really worried that I'm going to spend a heinous amount of money on this doll, get it, and then go, nope, and be so disappointed. And honestly, have taken it away potentially from somebody who I know would love her that I've never like tried to get her. I came this close and I just went, no, no, I don't want to take that chance. That's the only one that I can think of. What about you?
Mhm.
Do you have one?
It changed. It kept changing, and when you want a doll, and then you go and you look at a bunch of videos of that doll, and then you feel
Yeah.
like that. Then you're like, oh yeah, I owned that doll already
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
watched like 3 or 4
Right.
videos.
Yeah.
So, for a while, I wanted Pullip Mirror because of her face up and the
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
But now, the only doll that I'm looking for that hasn't been um, like reproduced is a favorite chocolate ribbon, just because of the dress. It's not even that I want the doll. I just want that dress.
You want the dress. Well, it's spectacular. That is one that I did not sell. She's
Mhm.
spectacular. She's worth it if you
There's
can
something
find her.
about that dress is so like
So
the pink,
cute.
the bows, the red.
Yeah.
I just want to touch it. I want to know
Yeah.
what it feels like.
I could just
Okay.
see you, like, taking the dress off the doll and, like, tossing the doll in the bed behind you and being like, "Ooh."
Oh, yes. Okay. Cool. Yuki. Well, you never know. Yuki Gothic Lolita may end up in your doll
It's
collection.
true. Maybe. Maybe it's the one without the red eye. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay. 2022. Okay. Are there any dolls that were released prior to like this? So I guess it's kind of like the same, kind of like the question I just asked. Were there
Yeah.
any other dolls on your list, not from this year,
Yeah.
2023, that you still have on your list?
There's plenty now. So, I mean, if you watched my channel previously, because I haven't made videos in quite a while, I've completely changed my mindset on how I collected. I used to feel like I needed all the stock dolls. Like the minute they went on pre-order, I had to have them. I had to have them all. And you can only stuff so many dolls in a room before you realize you have a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can never possibly love this many. And I judge no one. If you have an entire house full of dolls, I am jealous of you. But for me, I just realized my pants are disintegrating off my body. Like, I need to start thinking about real human clothes, and I don't actually need all of these dolls. So I went through this, like, Marie Kondo, like, that exercise about, is this doll truly bringing me joy, or could someone else love her more? And what's interesting is today, fast forward, I've stopped. Yes, every time a doll goes up on pre-order, I'm like, no, no, no. I make myself think about it. It helps, believe it or not, that the doll prices have gone up. Like, they used to, like, be around 100. Now they're like 180 or
Mm,
more. So now I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Like, that's, I could pay my electric bill. That. So yes, there are a couple. One that has snuck away from me is Nanochan Calico. That's one that I think you, yeah, you have, and I've just not gotten her. So I'm sure at some point she'll pop up. And there is a Miku that is has the green. I'm trying to think of which version it is. It's like so pretty. She has
mm,
like
mm.
the green and she's got kind of a cute, almost like a uniform, but it's not like her typical outfit. That
Yes.
one I think I would love to have.
Mm.
There's a handful, and then there's some that are up for pre-order now that I'm fighting, fighting the demons, you
I
know.
could see you with that Biku one. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think she would really suit you. That one is a really cute one. Yeah, I definitely.
Oh, she's
I
so
think it's like
cute.
Senza Bonzakura or something. Senza
Yeah, I
Bon.
want to see some Sailor Miku. Oh, that one's cute too. Oh, I think the Sailor Miku was the one that was the Yokohama Doll
Mm,
Museum. I think it was like, that's another one. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, there's probably like 40, 200,
there's yeah,
all of them.
Sen Bonzakura Miku. Thank you, Pullip. There we go. We
There it
have
is.
okay. Um, yeah, I'm sure we could go to pullupstyle.com right
Oh
now
my gosh.
and just like, order a
Bye,
price.
bye, bye, bye.
Like you want them all, but we'll just like prioritize like number one first, get this one first. And then if there's money after, then these ones.
Yes, that's what I'll do when I win the lottery. Buy
Okay.
all the dolls.
Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna the second I get my first million, I'll just buy every doll that's out. Okay. Okay, yeah. So vinyl dolls, that was one of the questions. Do you have any vinyl dolls or ball jointed dolls? Are you getting more interested in them? Would you start collecting like Dolphy Dream, Smart Dolls? What do you think of all those dolls?
I think they're so beautiful. I'm intimidated for sure. I'm definitely a lot more open-minded now. And I mean, this little girl is like this is a gateway doll. She's so tiny, she's so cute, so detailed. I'm intimidated because I always end up trying to pose her, and her arms are like this, or like her hip. Like, I feel like I'm gonna break her. And then I think I see these dolls that are like this big, or those smart dolls, and I just think I'm gonna break a kneecap or some. I'm not delicate enough with these dolls. And what if I really like one? Am I gonna have to take out a loan? Like, am I gonna have to sell a kidney?
Yeah,
So yes, interested, but I'm trying to watch myself.
yeah, it's pretty crazy how some of the price points on these dolls, you know,
Worth every penny, but
worth every penny for sure. But I was just looking at that Trinity doll.
uh,
Made a short about her. It's a $3,500 doll, a 4 foot tall ball jointed doll.
yeah. But you know what? It's not a Louis. It's not a Chanel bag. Okay, that's how I justify that.
That's true.
I
Yes.
have like a smart doll under my arm. You might have a Chanel bag.
That's what I've said to my boyfriend. Like, well, at least I don't collect handbags.
Right.
I'm like that a lot of women love their handbags, and that
Yeah,
you are getting into the $6,000 $7,000 a handbag.
exactly. And for me, I see that and I'm like, that's like $5 right there. You know what I mean? Like, everything is in doll currency. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. I'm not buying this coat. That's $3.
I literally just said that about some dresses and coats this morning. So, okay, but you do have, I saw on your channel, I saw on your socials, next question, you collect some Star Wars, some Rainbow High, some knives. What else do you collect? Or what other things did you collect aside before pull-up dolls, let's say?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a collector. I think that's part of our I think that's whenever you meet your people, you realize, "Oh, you get it." Right? And it
Mm.
can be anything. People collect I mean, I collected Barbies and, um, Sylvanians or calico critters. I have a million of those. Care Bears, like, I love all things '80s and early '90s. Lego, I mean, I've never met a Lego set I didn't like. I need an extra house. That's all it comes down to it. And I mean, um, recently got all of my dolls out of storage finally after years, and I realized that I had, like, 50 Ever After High dolls. Do you remember those? They were like it
Mm.
was right Monster High, and then I thought, "Oh, I don't know if I'm necessarily into the Monster High," and then they came out with these, like, princess basically princess version of the Monster High, and I'm like, "Well, I have to have all these." And I know I sold probably like 100 of them, but I still have 50.
Mm.
And you know what? I'm not gonna apologize for it.
No, as you should. I'm so like I know now I'm like, have you ever uploaded any content on these dolls? I'm like, I gotta see I gotta
I
see
think
these
I
Kyle
have.
Crick.
Yeah, I think I have. There is a doll that I'm absolutely obsessed I'm sure you saw it in, Japan, Ruruko. Ruruko? It's, right, there's the Momoko doll by Petworks, m more widely known, more widely available, but the little sister of Momoko is Ruruko, and she is like an 8-inch dynamo. Love this doll so much, and I think I have, I don't know, 6 of them? But you
Mhm,
can't really get they're so pricey to me anyway, they're like this big and like $200. I'm like, "Ah!" So I would only get one if I went to Japan. That sounds super
mhm,
bougie, but if I happen to be going to Japan, I'm like, "That is my one spend because I can save $50. My cheapskate self can save $50 and get a doll in Japan that's not available."
mm.
Aw,
Yeah,
addictive.
I would like to see that too. I would like to see the Ruruko dolls. That would be a video I would love to see too.
Okay, I think I did at least a couple. They're so cute. I don't know. Watch out.
I gotta dig. I gotta dig. I think I've just pretty much watched the pull-up doll stuff. But maybe that's just the stuff that shows up too on my explore page.
Your videos are tough though because you're collecting quite a few of the newer pull-ups that I've been able to not buy, but when I see them on your channel or on TikTok, they feel real. I'm like, "Ooh, look how pretty she is." Right? You get like that hand twitch
I keep
or
like
when they're yeah,
holding
you won't
myself,
open them.
like ripping them all open. Like there's like
That's
a
the
lot
thing. You're like
in
it's
their
the
box.
tease where you're like showing the box and I'm like, "Open it, open it."
I love them in their boxes. I'm like obsessed with, and then as soon as you put the box in storage, I feel like it's like a sad or something.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, I'm not gonna look at that box anymore. I'm so sad about that. Okay. Okay. I'm really excited about this question. In your bio, you are a writer. So do you write mostly? I always wondered, I'm like, do you write mostly for your Pullip Doll blog? But you're in marketing, so you probably do lots of writing. So what
Yeah.
do you mostly write about in your days?
Um, I mean, I do it for work mostly. So I'm a ghostwriter, so I will write books and blogs for like executives and stuff. I started writing because I come from a bicultural household. My mom was Japanese. My dad was a southern man from Louisiana, and they really had a hard time communicating, right? My mom's English was her second language, and I think I just recognized, wow, if they could just communicate, if they just had the words to articulate what they really wanted to say to each other, they wouldn't fight as much, or this is just a big misunderstanding. And I think I just recognized the um, the power of words at a young age. So that's why I just really honed communication and how can I help people talk to other people in the way that they can best receive a message. Um, so then I started writing plays, short stories, um, you name it. I've written it. So at this point, I do web content, blogs, books, articles, um, anything you can. I've written obituaries, wedding vows, college essay exams. I anything with words, pretty much.
Mm, so cool. Oh yeah, words are so. It's like when you I get into it's like that can be a collection too, like collecting vocabulary, learning new vocabulary, using
It
vocabulary.
is. It is. I think the bad thing is though, I'm really, really good with words and really, really terrible with numbers. I don't think you get both. So if I'm like calculating what the taxes are going to be for a doll, I'm like, okay, carry the one. I need a calculator. Like I can't add a tip to save my life without professional help. But I can write you a 90-page thesis if you like.
Oh my goodness. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. I feel like if you released a book on poetry, like around like some dolls and toys and other things, I'd be like, click,
Oh
click. I'd be buying that. I'd be buying that.
gosh,
I
I need
love
to
books.
do
I love
that. Would be nice.
that'd be a fun project. Oh,
That's our we're collabing. Definitely.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
Okay.
did some writing in high school and then I don't know, I kind of fell out of it. And every now and again I'll, just kind of journal and stuff. But yeah, writing can be really therapeutic as well as collecting dolls.
I think that you're an excellent communicator and having full disclosure, received a letter from you that I didn't know was you, and it was addressed to somebody else. I was like, "This is a fantastic letter." Like, I wish that that letter was mine because this I felt the love in that letter.
This jumbled brain of mine. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta send something. Okay, I gotta send
I'm like, "The doll stuff makes sense, but this letter." Anyway,
something.
that's a story for another time.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. This is a great question for our community and for the world. Do you think all adults can benefit from having a doll or a toy in their weekly lifestyle and why?
That's a deep one. I don't know if it's a doll or a toy. I do think that nobody, when they're 6 years old and their teacher says, "What do you wanna be when you grow up?" I don't think anybody goes, "I wanna be a claims adjuster. I wanna be in HR." Like, I don't think anybody says, "I wanna be a marketing executive for a finance company." Like, nobody says that, right? "I wanna be an astronaut. I wanna be a T-Rex." Like, I wanna be, right, a famous whatever. I wanna be a professional basketball player. I think we just forget it isn't forget to dream. I think that that conditioning that we have, like we had, right? I mean, that I had. Oh, I'm grown up now. Dolls are for kids. Toys are for kids, dolls are for kids. And I didn't convince myself very well, but I do think that we've just conditioned ourselves to be adults 100% of the time. And I bet if every claims adjuster, right, every HR executive, if they had something really kind of fun on their desk, something that reminded them Play-Doh, whatever it is, I think I think it could do some good, yeah. Whatever it is, whatever sparks your joy.
Yes. Play-Doh. Oh, that's good. There should be Play-Doh on every single
There
any
should be there
work
should
set
be.
should have a little tub of Play-Doh there.
I know, I agree.
Silly putty or silly putty. Glittery silly putty. Okay, YouTube. So, from your experience, next question: how has YouTube changed over the years, and the online community of pull-up doll collecting, toy collecting, the community, the Facebook group? How has everything grown? Was it fast? Was it slow?
It
Gradual?
Yeah, it would just I guess I didn't really notice. I mean, I started that Facebook group and I forced my mom to join because I was like, "Now we're 2. Yay. This is so exciting. You and me, mom." And she was like, "What is a Facebook? I don't okay." Um, I think the more I did videos, the more I recognized that people were looking for somewhere to go to be able to just talk. And I've found a lot of people It wasn't about dolls. It started about dolls, but they just wanted to connect with somebody. Um, I would say there was definitely a time, especially the more content you put out, the more people you reach, and they find their way back to you. It did pick up quite a bit, I would say, in the first couple years. And I was going to doll shows. People were out and about. So I would go to a doll show, meet a bunch of people, and we'd get a flood of new people in the Facebook group or more Instagram followers. And I used to do a lot of giveaways that has a huge reach for people. Um, how has it changed? I think the pandemic certainly had an impact on how the group or how social has evolved, the community has evolved. I think that many, this is sort of a generalization, but I think that quite a few of the doll folks that I know are naturally introverted, that they've
Mm,
chosen professions where they might not need to interact with people on they're not on stages, they're not right, they've chosen professions where they do their own work or they work with a small team and they've created safe spaces for themselves. So I do feel like on one hand, doll folks were uniquely qualified for the
mm,
pandemic. Like I think that we were ready to welcome and support and encourage, and if you were in trouble mentally, physically, reach out. You've got a community here. I definitely saw some strength, support from this doll community, especially in the last few years. But I think, like everybody else, we all struggled. It was super isolating. I thought at the beginning of the pandemic, oh, this isn't going to bother me. I'm already a hermit living in my closet with my dolls anyway. But it was very lonely. No more
mm.
doll shows, no more meetups with your doll friends. And over time, that I think wears everybody down. I think it's stronger. I think it's maturing. And you know what? I think that it's more accepted. Don't you think? I,
Mm.
I feel like everybody's into anime. Everybody loves cute culture. Everybody's digging. Grown people are like, I'm going to get a plushie from Demon Slayer. I'm
Mm,
going to Hot Topic and getting all the blind boxes. Like, I feel like it's a little more accepted to be a
mm,
doll and toy collector, don't you?
yes, it's becoming more mainstream for
Yeah,
sure.
I
I think
welcome it.
I love it. I have this dream that one day in North America, like there will also be big anime billboards and that there will be like ball jointed dolls and pull-up dolls at the mall.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's a dream. Such a dream.
Right? Like, or even just have, some of those department stores. Like in Canada, we have Holt Renfrew, but in the United States, there's like Nordstrom, right?
Mm,
It's like, why can't there be pull-up dolls just, right by the Louis Vuitton handbag?
right. It could be high end. It could be the luxury, the smart doll store. There could be a line out with a red, or those little partitions with a bodyguard,
Mm,
security, kid
kidults
dolls. I love that.
running the toy industry. Oh my goodness. I think a lot of us indulged during our inner child in the
Yes.
pandemic. OmochaCrush cons during the lockdowns. Oh.
Aw, yes, I did try. That was fun, actually. We did a couple of virtual cons because I had I had this like dream of doing this big like doll con on the East Coast, and it was totally shut down because of the pandemic. So I said, well, I'll just do it virtually. And it was so fun. You should do
Mm,
something like that. That would be so cool. I
I
interviewed all these creators and artists.
oh my gosh, it's been in my mind to be at a convention where it was solely dolls, manga, anime, and anime figures and cosplayers. So
Do it.
kind of like anime thon or like kind of like Comic Con, but just more geared towards kind of like that, like otaku, kawaii, like
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
vibe. Mm,
Do it.
we'll see. We will see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh, this is kind of okay. So now the questions are kind of going. This is a question that's kind of kind of random. I know you've been to Japan a few times. I'm wondering if you've met any. I'm so curious because I've only seen
Mhm.
on Instagram if you've met any pull-up doll collectors who live in Japan because they kind of
Yeah.
have that access to the dolls immediately. And what are they like? What are their collections like? Or if anyone you've met.
Yeah, yeah, there's I would put them in 2 categories. I know doll collectors who live in Japan who are not Japanese. In fact, one of the admins and one of my longest friends is she lives in Japan and she's French. Um, and she in fact, you should actually subscribe to her channel because she's always at a doll show, always, like and she's a great photographer, so she's always taking photos.
Mhm.
She's living my dream is what she's doing.
Mhm.
Her collection's amazing, and I think one of she taught me 2 things. 1, you can always find more space because she's living in Japan with her husband, and she's always getting new I'm like, "Where are you putting them? I know you live in Japan, and I know those places are small." That's 1. The second thing she told me, and she's gonna be so embarrassed, but she said, "Every doll can be stood up, no matter how big their head is, no matter what they're wearing, but every pull-up doll," she said, "can stand on its own if you are patient enough." And I was like, that's BS." And she's like, "No." And she's like, I mean, she's a scientist. Like and so she said, "If you're patient enough, you can get them to stand." Of course, I'm never patient enough. I'm like, "With this big head? No way." So anyway, so that's one. So non-Japanese doll collectors are living my dream. Um, and of course, her collection's everything. I think she has every Kiki Pop doll that's ever been
Mhm.
released. All the A zones. She has an incredible collection. And then I've met doll artists who are Japanese, right? So doll artists who collect. Um, it's interesting because it's a whole different world of Pullip collectors there. Pullip is on a different level than it is in other countries. It is quite mainstream. It is
Mhm.
obviously never as mainstream as, say, Blythe, but significant um, Pullip doll collector population in Japan. And there is a definite lean toward the Lolita style. These are a lot of people who are also cosplayers. I've met them. They're wonderful. The collectors that I have met who are Japanese look like dolls. They dress like the dolls. They do a lot of the I'm matching my dolls. It's amazing. We
Mhm.
should just move there
Mhm.
just to experience it for ourselves.
Yes, let's move there. I've been thinking about this ever since I left and telling my now fiance. I'm like, that's our life goal now. Like we're
Yeah,
as
goals.
soon as it like as soon as my son's 15, we're going. We're
Yeah,
going to live in Japan. I don't
right.
know how and what we're gonna do out there for work, but it's just gonna happen. I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel it.
yeah.
Just because I didn't even go to Harajuku and I would love to, see the Lolita girls and
My
check
gosh.
out the Lolita shops, and that's like a
You know
whole
what though?
ball game.
You hit the good places though, because I've seen the videos and the TikToks. You hit all the good spots.
Well, my friends were like, "So what did you do out there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of looked for dolls." I'm like, I kind of looked at dolls every day and hung out at the
Yeah,
arcade. Like we love the
right.
arcade. So I'm like, I think I had a great time. But they actually love my two good friends. They love going and looking at Lolita shops, and they're really into that Lolita culture. Two girls in full Lolita cords. Oh my gosh. In IKEA, you saw two girls in full Lolita cords. Adult toy collectors contribute a lot, 60% of the toy industry. Oh, I believe that. And Linda's channel is often so Linda, her channel, I'll have to get that from you later because I really want to subscribe to
Yeah,
her and check
she's
out her
awesome.
collection. Okay. So do you think that it is like, did you find it a challenge to grow your vlog about dolls? And do you think it's hard to build a career around vlogging about dolls? Or do you think that it's totally possible, but it's pretty niche still?
I mean, anything's possible. I think I mean, I went into it just to do it. I really no expectations. And yes, I think you can do it as a career. I do think the people that I see who make it a career are artists.
Mm.
There are some people who do incredible repaints and stuff, and they have insane views. And but this right, but they're artists who also do social, and so it makes a ton of sense. I do think that there's an opportunity, and I don't know how. I mean, I don't have the answers. I would have done it. No, I wouldn't have. Um, I see people who do amazing um, doll and toy vlogs all the time, and they have a huge following, right? Huge. They've got some sort of secret ingredient, some kind of secret sauce where they've connected with people, a wide range of people, and there's an equation for success, right? It's putting out regular content. It's knowing who you're talking to. It's meeting people in person. I think is important. I, so, I mean, yes, to answer your question, I do think it's possible. Never intended it to be like a career. Like, I really just did it, like I said, to prove a man a long time ago wrong.
Mm.
And because I love dolls and I've gotten so much out of it. And I
Mm.
continue to, even though I don't really make videos.
Mm. I know that one day when that new video lands, I'm like, oh my gosh, finally! It's funny because I checked back a bunch of times when I found your channel. I'm like, I wonder. And then I was just curious, and then I found your Instagram, and then I'm, oh well, maybe she's not really making the content anymore. And that's why I got a bit shy too to ask about the questions because I was like, maybe that's not really something she would want to do. But
What happened to you? Is that what you were going to like? What happened?
well, I just
Where
thought,
did you go?
just like, oh, it just wasn't, you know, and that's when I realized too. I'm like, it was probably, like more of a hobby because a lot of people start their channels nowadays because they want to do it as a career. Like especially
Yeah,
2020, I think, like there's just so much stuff on YouTube. And it was funny because I kept getting all these videos like how to make money as a content creator, how to make money
yeah.
on YouTube. And I'm like, can you? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it's nothing I never thought of doing. And I was in this other job and then I thought, well, why don't I just have a look and just give it a shot? Who knows, right? So
There's
cool.
a need for it. I mean, you're on the right track. You're doing the right things. I mean, your TikToks come up in my algorithm and it's always stuff I want to see. So I think that you're doing great, sweetie, as Chris Jenner would say.
Oh, yes. Jennifer Reyes, hey, thanks for coming in. I love seeing the vlogs. When I get to, I was curious too. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll be anticipating the Ruruko, a new Ruruko because I'm curious. I'm like, oh my gosh, I
I
just
need a
love.
new one.
There's something about dolls in Japan for sure, and I do admit I think I have a bit of a Lika-chan itch. I want to just own it all.
Oh my gosh, I know. And you've got some cute ones.
Oh my gosh, all that extra, like the little stuff, the miniatures, like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, next question. We are at 53 minutes. I got two more questions, so we're good. We're right on time. I didn't
Okay.
want to take up too much of your time, but I feel like I want to like go into like looking at some of your dolls. But okay, moving on. Right now, who are your top three favorite? Oh, this one might be hard. Pull-up dolls and rainbow high dolls, and you don't have to own them either.
Okay. Ooh, I do own my top three Rainbow High Karma.
Mm.
So I don't know why. I even want the mini Karma. I don't know if you have any
Mm.
of like the junior high.
Mm.
I feel like that's opening a can of worms. Like if I have one, I'm going to need all of them. And I've done really well just collecting the ones I must have. But Karma's my favorite. I don't know why. She's got that shimmer. I also love Emmy, who is she's got the purple. She's got a
Mm.
little bit of a edginess
And
to her. And yeah, and I
yeah, yeah,
swear, am I imagining it, but her face sculpt looks like she could be Asian.
yeah.
There was a little bit of, I was like, gotta have that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it's probably a tie for third place between Jet, the fashion designer with the black. I love that one.
Mm.
And I just got the Year of the Tiger, because 'cause I'm a Year of the Tiger. It's the New Year, the Lunar New Year. Gosh, I wish I what was her name? Red, black, definitely Asian. Oh, shoot. I have her in the box.
I
I'm
think I've
pulling
seen.
a Veronica on that because I haven't I'm she's so pretty in the box, and that's one I haven't opened yet. Lily Chen. Thank you, Lily Cheng. So cute.
Mm.
Those are my favorites. Okay, but, oh, you have got to answer too. I know we got 5, but tell me, what are
Ah,
your faves?
oh my goodness. I was like, you were talking about the second one before Lily Chen, and I was like, which one is that one? I'm like, I don't know if I know that one. Jet. Which one is Jet? I'm
Jet.
so curious now.
Hold on. I also really like those 2 twins. I just got them over Christmas, and they
The
were
shadow.
the Shadow High twins. I was
I
like,
I
"Yes," with the
have those.
nails.
Oh, they're in their boxes. I think is she in my I think that Storm High, yeah, the Storm twins and Heather Grayson. I think those are, but you know what? Those K-pop girls, the Royal 3,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
super cute too. It's
I
I actually
know.
put myself back so hard on buying all 3 of them because, I really got pretty dolled out hard last year.
Dolled out.
But my top 3 favorite, I think just because of the altogether, the outfits.
Yeah.
I love, like, metal and, like, metal music, and they look
Yeah.
like little, like, metal, like, hair metal rocker
Yeah.
babes,
They do.
right?
It's
Like, they look
great.
like they would be going to, like, the next, like, Rat concert.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
they're hanging out
That's
at
awesome.
the hair metal concerts, and I'm like, there aren't a lot of dolls out there with that aesthetic.
No, but we need a pull-up like that. We're missing, like, the rat video girl with the
Oh,
hair. My
I
gosh, I'd be all over that.
I
Oh,
actually
it's Jet Dawson. She's a fashion designer. She has, like, half rainbow hair, half black hair.
I'm
She
like,
came with a lot of great stuff.
I'm gonna look this up right away. Jet Dawson. I'm like so curious. Okay, yes. I don't see her often, actually.
No.
Do not a lot of people own her, but oh gosh, look at her outfit. That outfit.
She was one
No.
of those first pricier point one she came with a lot of stuff, and
Mm.
I thought, "No way am I going to get her," but I watch Amazon like a hawk. I mean, I got those Shadow High twins for $26. I mean, if
Nice.
you pay attention,
Oh my goodness. No, I've been totally ever since Japan too. I'm like, I don't even look. I can't.
you're on a diet.
I am on absolute diet. Yeah. And then your top 3 favorite pull-ups right now.
Stock or custom? Because
I guess stock because
okay,
that way everyone can go and search them up.
all right, my top 3, oh gosh.
Like your
All
favorite
right,
ones.
yes, La
Hey,
Robe. La
today. Today
Robe,
tomorrow.
yeah. La Robe Vert Claire, always in my top 3.
Mm.
Alice Desjardins Mint for obvious reasons. She started it all. Gosh, so many. How do you choose just one stock doll? I, okay, it might be Chocolate Ribbon. It might be. She's
Mm.
so cute. Gosh, so hard. I also like Partitia for whatever reason. The more over the top the
Mm.
doll, the more I'm like, must own. Like
Mm.
20 layers of ruffles? Yes. Huge bouffant with a crown? Absolutely. Okay, what about you though?
They are
Top
so
3.
special. Definitely those 3 dolls. Like, I'm looking at, Le Robe Vert Clair, and I have
Yes.
the royal blue version, and
Mm.
the baby blue is just it's, like, so much more.
It will hurt you. It will, like, in the best way. It's like a sweet pain.
It is totally a sweet pain. It's like, just snap my fingers and have this dress look like
Yes.
this one.
Yes.
Because I do like the blonde on the royal, but, brunette dolls, like, brunette pull-ups. They're
Well,
just
don't even get me started. Can I tell you though? So if I like La Robe, the original, better than the blue version, the favorite ribbon came out in the red originally, remember?
mm,
And then the second version was the chocolate, and I favor the chocolate by far.
mm.
So But yes, brunettes, I'm weak. Weak.
I think I did notice that about your collection, that there were quite a
Yeah.
handful of brunette. It's funny what people are like. My girlfriend, her doll collection are just exclusively dolls. She has all the angelic, pretty dolls that
Yeah.
are like pink. All
Yeah.
dolls are pink or white. They're
Right.
have no other aesthetic with them. Top three favorite pull-ups. I for sure first is Yelena. I just ordered her. She's the only pull-up doll
Oh,
that I said I was going to get this year because we want to go back to Japan. So I'm
right.
trying to be so responsible. so
I support that.
so responsible so I can get to we're going to meet in Okinawa. We're going to hang out on the
Oh my
beach.
gosh. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Yes, in November. We're going to do some pull-up doll photography. Rose Witch,
Oh,
that and
Vesta and Sela. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the okay, I'm sorry. Yes, let's go to Okinawa, hang out on the beach, go to some doll. No, we need to be chaperoned or we are going to lose your kids' college money. Gonna like,
Notice
"I'm sorry, son."
my boyfriend's really good at putting on the energy, holding the energy so I don't go too crazy. But, Vesta's a really good one. Yeah,
That
I
is a
love
really good one. She's super special.
her outfit, everything.
Oh,
She
the eyes. Oh
the
my
eyes, yeah, the
can
face,
you
that
pick a
brow
top 20?
eye
Yes.
right? What is with those eyebrows? Um, no, I love Yelena. She looks to me, like a something out of, like, manga that I'm really into and anime that I'm really into right now. Ruriko Hanako. Who's Hanako? I know the Prado, but who's Hanako? Now I'm like, people are writing their top 3 and I'm looking them
Yeah,
up.
now we're, like, adding them to your list. Dangerous.
Violet is really bad for that, actually, mentioning pull-up dolls that, like, they think I'll like, and oh, yeah, 1,000%. Oh, yes, okay, this one's like the My Melody
Yeah.
with the, curly eyeliner.
She's so cute, I can't believe I sold mine. That
Oh,
was it's a r it's there for the next time we do this, we can talk about Dolly regrets, right? We'll have a therapy session.
I haven't gone like, I told myself this year I was gonna part ways with, at least 5, and it's like, I just can't even
It's so hard, I know.
Allura, Amelia, and Prunella. Oh,
Laura, oh my gosh, that's definitely a top 5 is Laura. That doll is
Allura,
next level.
Pull-up doll. Now I'm just looking these all up. Prunella was one of my first dolls too, actually. Oh wow, look at that face. Those eye chips. Oh my gosh. I love eye chips like that.
Forgot about Miley.
Oh my god.
She's beautiful. That's my latest one. My gosh. So whenever you say you're on a Dolly diet though, that doesn't count like Valentine's Day, your birthday, holidays, gift giving, right? Those are the bets are off for those,
That's
right?
very true. This is very true. Yeah, I'm on a well, it's funny because when I go on a doll diet, then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just get like 10 more mangoes.
Yeah, right.
That collecting
It's the value.
the value,
Are
yeah.
you I know we're over time. Are you going to any doll shows?
I don't have any like scheduled yet. I have to go and look up some that are, within vicinity of me. But we're
Yeah.
planning for I'm actually gonna just make a little doll corner at Comic-Con here in my city. We have like a comic
Mm.
convention.
Oh, cool.
My girlfriend and I have a booth for like her jewelry and my crystals, but I was going to bring a bunch of dolls and just have them hold crystals.
You should.
Just bring some dolls to the I don't actually have any of the like Wonder Woman or Supergirl, so I was thinking I probably should maybe make like a customized Harley Quinn or something, and
Right.
just like one comic book character doll at the table to kind of and then I would love to go to a convention. If I could drive there, it would
Mm,
definitely be
be
beneficial
better.
because I'm like a little worried to like put dolls in a luggage and stuff, and I think I would get a booth if I went to a convention to
Mm,
just to network and like
yeah,
have somewhere to sit and somewhere to display some dolls, maybe some
right.
of my rainbow high face ups that I didn't like how my eyes turned out, so I'm gonna redo the 5 dolls I did, I'm gonna redo them completely. So, because I
Oh,
just
no. They were so cute, though.
but I actually ended up using the wrong eyes. It was just me. I printed one size of eyes, and then I printed another size, and I used and I was like, what happened here?" I was like, "Why do these eyes look not how I expected?" Then I'm like, "Oh, I was supposed to use this printed sheet of paper that's actually
All
over."
right.
So,
I think they're adorable.
Chris says he's going to puddle for the first time this year.
Oh,
Ooh,
I'm going to Puddle. I haven't been to Puddle
ooh.
in 7 years, 6 years.
So what is
So
the
I'm
date? What are the dates for puddle?
it's, I think June 8th or 9th. It's like the 2nd weekend in June,
Oh, that's
Chicago.
there's lots of time. There's lots of time to plan for that.
I
Oh my,
know.
should
To
I go?
come.
I gotta go.
You
I'm
should
going.
go. It's amazing.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm going. I'm going to.
It's a work thing. Isn't it a write-off? This is a career, Veronica, okay? So
It will be. It will be.
it's a work trip.
It's a work trip. Totally. Totally. It's a work trip. I'll bring some 1/6 scale crystals that, your
Yeah.
dolls can pose with, and I will bring some dolls. June 10th. June 10th. Okay. It's on the list. Okay, we're coming up to the final question. When you were But before I go to the final question, though, I actually do have to ask, do you still have some of your calico critters?
I have them all of them.
Oh
I have
my
every single one of them, and I am actually planning a video. I took a lot of footage of getting them from San Diego and unboxing them and setting them back up, and I have a ridiculous amount. I have a problem, but I don't care. I just keep buying them. They're so cute. So yes, I have them all.
Oh my gosh. I was just like, my face is like hurting from how much I've been like just smiling because like every time I hear something, I'm like, and another thing that is so cool about her, like I love calico critter.
Yay!
I just knew that I couldn't, like, space wise, wallet wise. I'm like, okay, I cannot just be collecting like everything, everything, everything. But I did, buy a few calico critters things. And then when I saw the Sylvanian family section at Toys R Us in Japan, I was
Did
freaking
you
out.
die?
And I just got
Yeah.
your calico collection because I love those Instagram accounts with all of the like, and they're
All
just
the little detailed.
yes. Oh, I love cat
Same.
critter collectors and the stop. Someone else has a channel on YouTube and she does like the stop motion. Like all her videos are just cat. Well, it's like she has some videos about her showing her collection and talking and displaying them, and she's in the videos. But she has a lot of shorts that
Oh,
are just stop motion calico
send
critters.
that to me. I want that.
Yes, yes. I gotta remember what her channel is,
Okay.
but I will send you one of her shorts. But yeah, that is going. So before the last question, I'm like, I just gotta know. So I'm looking forward
Okay.
at Veruco dolls, and calico critters. I will be waiting.
Yes. Yay. Okay.
Yay! Okay, when you were a child, what were some of your favorite toys or toy brands? And from your childhood, which toys have you kept?
All
Toy-
right. I think my very first would have been Lika-chan. So I spent the first 5 years of my life in Japan, and yeah, so my mom and my grandparents indulged me. I remember having like a kitchen set for Lika, and she had friends. She had like there was like the older woman and the younger. So she had there's characters, right? And I'm blanking because I don't collect them anymore. But that was probably my first collection and gashapon. So whenever you
Mm,
are 5 years old, it means a lot to have like that coin and you put it in the machine and you get like a toy out of it. Like,
mm,
my 5-year-old self was like, "I need everything in there. More, more coins," right?
mm,
Um, I still collect those. I to this day, if I'm in Japan and you see have you I don't know if you went, they have those stores that's like all gashapon machines.
mm.
I spend too much money at those. I think
We need
growing up,
to
I yeah. What?
we need to have a gashapon day when we're in
Yes,
Japan.
yes. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be so broke. but it'll be the best day ever. And then I mean, I was an 80s, 90s kid, so I collected Cabbage Patch Dolls and Care Bears and My Little Ponies and a bunch of, like, super specific 80s toys that are obsolete now, but back then there was a moment for each of one of those. Charmkins, Seawees, I could name a million. I collected them all, and my mom indulged me, and what I collect today, I mean, I think it was Target or somebody, they re-released a lot of these, like, vintage toys, like strawberry shortcakes. I used to I have, like, 100 of these little vintage strawberry shortcake miniatures. They are the cutest thing ever, and they smell it's a terrible toxic smell. I'm sure it's terrible for you, but when you're 8, you're, like, smelling these little things. They're so cute. I still have those. I'm still on eBay looking for the ones that got away. And then, yeah, when I see, like, re-released My Little Ponies, I'm like, like, I have to have that too. So, that's probably when I think about being a kid, I you could see there was a pattern here. Like, I've had no control my whole life. What about you? Have you always been a collector?
I'm so curious if you have your if you still have some of your Lika Chan dolls, if you're
I'm
at them
I'm
or
sure, and they are in terrible condition. Like, I'm sure they went into the bath with me, and my grubby 5-year-old hand was walking around with it through Japan. Yes, I'm sure I have them and they're in horrible condition.
well, as long as they weren't thrown out. Gotta run. Bye, Tina. Thank you for coming by. Oh my gosh, I love seeing your post, Tina. I'll be looking forward to your next Instagram post. But yeah, for me, my like, of course, I had Barbies. You know, all of us young
Yeah.
girls had Barbies, and my mom actually she ended up just kind of like they moved out of our old house, and a lot of my toys ended up getting donated. And
Mm.
unfortunately, I had like a huge collection of Sanrio plushies, like Hello Kitties, bears, and I was into some bad stuff when I was a teenager, and I
Yeah.
moved out when I was 16. I was into some bad friends, some bad substances, and I wasn't doing too well with my mom, and she ended up just giving those bags of plushies away. Yeah, she donated them because she just thought I was never
Oh,
back. Slash, she wasn't willing to take me back. So it was kind of a lesson, in itself too. And it was kind of bittersweet because I thought, well, somebody out there, there's a bunch of kids out there that got, all of those initial TYs. I had
yeah.
all the TYs like
Oh
when they were
my gosh.
out, and I had like those plastic things covering their tags. Like every single
Oh,
one had a
wow.
covering. So I never
Somebody got so happy. There
yeah,
was so much joy put out into the world because of you.
I that's how I saw it eventually. At first I was like mortified, but then I never really thought of myself as a collector, but then I thought, "Oh my goodness." I was looking through all of these um and like Tina, she left too, but she collects tarot cards and crystals
Mm,
as well. And I was looking through all of my metaphysical books and I thought, "Man, I have totally gone out of my way to like just look for metaphysical books." Like I've got
yeah.
some books on like witchcraft that, I go online. I'm like, this book is out of print and someone is selling this book that I have for $200, one book. And I'm like, and I
Wow.
collected these books, but I'm like, I didn't realize I was collecting. You buy stuff and you're like, how do I have so much of this one thing suddenly?
I'm gonna show you my closet here.
Like, we're going
Well,
somewhere. Where are we going?
nowhere. I mean, there is something else that I collect that we didn't talk about, and it's Muppets. So my nickname is Muppet. I don't know if
Oh
we talked about that.
my god.
And
Oh my
I've
gosh.
started. This is a new one. I've started collecting Muppets. So
Mm,
this is the new jam because I
mm.
needed more stuff. And this is just stuff I'm like keeping in my. This is literally on top of my shoes. Okay, so Just so you know that
Those
collecting means many things.
those little Lego Muppets. Are those little
Oh, yeah.
minifigures?
Saw it in a Target, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I gotta have all of them." You know how it is.
Mm.
Alright, I think dinner's being made, so I think I have to go.
I did
I'm
get
being
a couple walk-bys as well.
Did you? Like, what's going on in there? Alright, well, listen, I've had a blast. I mean, anytime you wanna
Mm.
do this, obviously.
Thank you for coming. And yeah, I really want to do our next collab. Let's show each other some dolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. Let's do it in, March-ish because then I could show you, like, all my Rurugos and calico critters and stuff. Maybe the next one's, like, we can do a doll, but, like, non-doll stuff, like, all the other fun I don't know.
We
I'm
could
just excited.
we could trade off. We could go Pullip and then
Yes,
mystery thing.
yes,
Pull
yes.
and
I
then mystery
love it.
thing. And we'll have it off screen and then
Yeah,
we'll go 3, 2, 1.
2, 1. Yes,
Yes.
let's do
And then
that. That sounds so
we'll do
fun.
like I'll put like a timer and we'll do like a 30-second reaction and then we'll go
Yeah,
on to the next
I
one. So
love it.
as many as possible.
That sounds amazing.
Okay.
Alright, well, listen, gotta go, gotta eat, but it was such a pleasure. I loved hanging out with all
Yes,
you
me too.
folks.
Thank you, Jennifer. It totally made my day too. Everyone have
Aw,
an amazing day.
bye.
Bye.